he doing? And I think this lady, she's like a devil worshiper or something like that. He just cool with her.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
Somebody cut my neck and drink my blood. It was
more sound, louder. Planet. How they're going to follow my point almost to clinical dying situations in the very.
What they be doing?
This video game will present players with opportunity.
They killed them, they dismembered them, they cut up their intestines, and they took the feces out, and they ate it. There's a 16-year-old girl. She had some diary entries written in code about her experiences being and impregnated by Epstein. They forced her to carry that baby to term, and they let her keep the baby for a few minutes. Then they came in, took the baby away, ripped it away from this, and they did who knows what.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Epstein was a monster.
Mel Gibson, Katt Williams, and Terrence Howard just came out of the woodworks to expose some never-heard-before details about Hollywood. And this will genuinely have you shocked. I mean, these three have been going after people for decades, and now everything that they have said individually is finally clicking together.
Right.
Apparently, they've not only been consuming under 18-year-olds, but they've also been cooking people's spirits in a demonic sacrifice orchestrated by the popular witch Marina Abramovich. And get this, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Brashear Gray, and even Orlando Brown are among the many victims of this wicked work. Katt Williams opened the floodgates for all this back in 2024 when he appeared on Club Shay Shay, and baby, it's been up ever since. And the industry has also been working overtime to convince us that Terrence and Mel were the bad guys, when they are really just part of the few celebrities to not sold their souls to the industry. Now, I'm in no way saying that Mel and Terrence are saints, because that'll be a blatant lie. Terrence has a long history of DV, and Mel also made some nasty comments that made a lot of people get turned off. But you know how the saying goes, a broken clock is still right twice a day. And that is very much the case for Terrence and Mel. If y'all remember, Terrence made some comments back in the day about the industry trying to emasculate black men by making them wear dresses, and these men agreeing to it because it helped advance their careers. He said, and I quote, "Everything is androgynous, you know? The more successful men now are the effeminate. The man has been demonized. With the new formula, most men are made to be effeminate and not have their power or sense of strength. They allow white men to be able to be strong. But when it's black men, it's seen as a threat." Now, at the time, Terrence's comments had a lot of mixed reactions, with some people being on his side, and others feeling like there were some homophobic undertones to his comments. But the thing is, he wasn't the first to say something like this. In fact, there was a time when the masculinity of most black men was heavily attacked by the industry. And while some fans dismissed this as just another conspiracy theory, many others pointed out that there were a lot of black actors and comedians in Hollywood who made it big by cross-dressing. Just look at movies like Big Mama's House, White Chicks, The Nutty Professor, and Norbit. This became a major topic when Dave Chappelle did that infamous interview with Oprah, accusing Comedy Central of trying to end his life after he turned down a shady $50 million deal from them.
I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. And I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. The director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress.
I remember this.
Oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David, would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why they be putting us in these dresses?
Katt Williams later appeared on Club Shay Shay and revealed that Martin Lawrence was trying to pressure him into wearing a dress for Big Mama 2, even after he said he wasn't doing it. What's even wilder is that this wasn't the first time they tried getting Katt to emasculate himself. They pulled a similar move back in 2002 when he did the movie Friday After Next, except this time, they wanted him to do something even more messed up.
Hit that like, hype, and comment button, y'all. Let's keep going.
Apparently, these dresses that they've been making for black men aren't just to emasculate them. It's actually a form of Illuminati ritual. If you noticed, most of the actors who did it went on to have successful careers after, but they also had some tragic things happen to them. I mean, just take a look at Martin Lawrence. He was seen running in the streets and screaming, "They're trying to kill me!" And get this, the recent Epstein files that were leaked mention the same things Katt was talking about. One email even shows Epstein discussing with biologist Robert Trivers ideas about producing more feminine men and more masculine women. So this scientist, Robert Trivers, was responding to Epstein's email, where Epstein asked to see his piece on transgender biology, and Trivers responded, saying it is possible to manipulate and control things on a molecular level to make women have male parts and vice versa. But it then gets really creepy, and Trivers literally admits that these procedures are being pushed earlier and earlier. This is a direct quote from the email. By the way, we are now pushing the intervention earlier, so you notice your son has trans tendencies, so now you intervene with hormones. I would be frightened to do that. But who knows? And remember what Katt said in that Joe Rogan interview about certain rituals connected to all this, and even hinted that these elites worship a completely different kind of god? Well, the Epstein emails appear to back that up.
Did you know Jeffrey Epstein, his bank accounts,
What is
he
a
named
bank?
it Baal, like the demon.
Oh, Baal.
Like the demonic
like
god.
Baal, that's young. Yeah.
That god, ancient Babylonians, they used to sacrifice kids and eat to this god, fam. And they're still referencing that.
My goodness.
And they've been referencing that.
Yeah, everywhere.
Guy here, God is good. Huh? God is good.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
And then there is Kevin Hart. According to Katt, every movie role he turned down because he wouldn't bend to Hollywood's demands was handed straight to Kevin Hart. Kevin was more than willing to do whatever the industry asked without question, making him the perfect replacement for comedians who refuse to play ball. Katt even said that Kevin's career wasn't built through hustle and grind like he claims, but was
of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
Katt literally called out Kevin for wearing a dress on Saturday Night Live in 2013, despite previously claiming he would.
And it actually does add up what Katt is saying about, and what Dave Chappelle was saying, because Kevin's whole get up as a male comedian was that he was scared and he was, like a punk, and he wouldn't stand up as a man. Like, he would make jokes about it, just not being tough. But actually, it's actually projecting that of which is not a strong male. Really interesting stuff, y'all.
Never do such a thing.
Oscar nominee, Convention Wallace.
Wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Katt didn't stop there. He took it even further, saying the people who really run the entertainment industry are far more ruthless than anyone realizes. According to him, it took being stung 1,000,000 times before he fully understood what he was up against. And he made it clear, there's a cost.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. But now, it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
In his view, once you start speaking publicly about what he calls the darker side of Hollywood, you're no longer just talking. You're challenging power. And when you challenge power in that system, he suggests, you pay for it. Like there were so many random arrests and attempts to lock Katt up or even get him institutionalized. So eventually, fans started thinking, maybe Katt wasn't exaggerating at all. Now, when it comes to Mel Gibson, he didn't have to go through that same emasculation mess that Terrence and Katt went through. But he went through his own share of things that directly tie to the recent Epstein files. It turns out that Mel knew about the CT and munching activities that these executives were doing, and even tried to warn us in his movie Sound of Freedom, but people didn't catch on until recently.
I was in my mid-20s the first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town. Surely that couldn't be because, and then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, it does rip your life to pieces.
Does it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
These little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like walls in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take very long. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. No matter how strong you are, you are going to be affected by this place. And I think it takes that kind of cockroach resilience. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken, that you are going to be f***ed over at some point.
I mean, as a matter of interest, do you think it's easier because you're an outsider who came in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it was glaring to me because I was an outsider who came in.
But unfortunately for Mel, the elites he exposed are reportedly not very happy about the things he said. You see, when people think of these CT victims, they usually imagine these unknown, helpless women who are now living a quiet life. But you'd be surprised to find out that some of them are actually people that you might
take it from right there. And shout out Mel Gibson, shout out people like Katt Williams, shout out Terrence Howard. It's your boy Jet Ski G. We back with another banger. Let's get right into this about all the things that ended up being exposed through Hollywood and the things that actually came out. I think when Dave Chappelle talked about it with Oprah tried to make it sound like he was crazy, and she's done a lot of devilish things within the industry. But what he was getting at is how come every male comedian has to wear a dress at some point? And then why are they losing their mind afterwards? And then why are a lot of celebrities always caught out saying that somebody's trying to get them? Why was Prince saying that? Why was Michael saying that? Why was Martin saying that? Also, in that interview with Katt Williams said Martin was actually the one trying to like bring him into a lot of situations, but he was told to do that by somebody, which is also very scary. It makes Martin sound like a handler of some sort, which is insane. And actually in Big Mama's house, the young man that had braids in Big Mama's house, he actually said that he had wished that he didn't put the dress on because he took the role that Katt Williams turned down. And he said that he wished that he didn't put the dress on because it changed his life. It ruined his life when he put that dress on. It was like some type of aura to it that ruined his life. Not my words. That's what he said. You can actually look that up. He speaks about it often. Now, moving on to what Katt Williams actually said about Kevin Hart. It's very interesting that Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams can be on the same page, and they talk about like how they're trying to make like the male less masculine, less strong. Terrence Howard talked about this also, and then Katt Williams ends up not taking all of those jobs. Kevin Hart takes the jobs, and in those jobs, he's constantly putting on a dress. His whole get up about being funny is about being an emasculated man, like being a punk, not standing up, being scared all the time. Like that's what and that's like he's the biggest comedian in the world. And it was very interesting when Katt said, when have we ever seen a comedian blow up like this, but they have no videos of stand up selling out shows like they're uprising. Like, where is that at? He said it hasn't happened before and it won't happen after, and it hasn't happened after. And all of the other comedians that came up before and after, you can actually go back to the Kings of Comedy. You can go back to Def Comedy Jam. You can go to what is it, BET Comedy, and you can see them all coming up. You really don't have that with Katt, with Kevin, which is very interesting. So we're looking at the industry in Hollywood, and it's like a systemic sickness just permeating throughout the whole industry. And then we also seen it in the Epstein files of Jeffrey Epstein looking into this same information. So y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Just the overall sickness of Hollywood. Like I say, protect the children, because like in Hollywood, they're doing more than one thing to affect the next generation. And not only affect the next generation, from what we see, they're actually getting rid of the next generation. So it's your boy Jet Ski G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Make sure you hit that like, hype, comment, and subscribe button. We need your support more than ever. Consider becoming a member. Click this video right here. I'm going to catch y'all in this next video. I'm out, y'all.